Hi guys, AIC TV. So we thought we could do a quick video on the transfer window. As we all know, the transfer window has been shut last night, and yeah, I have with me Kabir to discuss the transfer window, how it
What's up,
went for
Vipul?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Wow, Kabir, I just can't stop smiling for the fact that we have signed Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid
No
on
Thomas,
transfer
no
deadline
party.
day.
Yeah, yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
fantastic.
That
Yeah.
deal actually was thought to be dead since it was not, there was no movement regarding this deal. But on transfer deadline day, it came to life, and we basically paid the release clause for Partey, and yeah, yeah, he did the negotiations and all. He actually had his medical in Spain. He came over to London to finish the contract talks and everything. Yeah, he's an Arsenal player.
Yeah, I mean,
Thomas Partey.
I kind of feel that Arsenal have done really well to get this. They've closed out a 15-year gap on the type of mold of a player that we needed, and we got him. Extremely important. I genuinely feel the speed of the deal was fantastic. In terms of, I think we had already Arsenal had already assessed that Partey wants to play for us. I think that was something that was set. So they were okay to wait till deadline day because they knew
Yeah,
that personal terms and all of that would roll very quickly.
yeah.
Uh,
I think he had agreed personal terms with us previously as well. Same with Awa.
yeah.
That is a deal which I am disappointed in. We didn't go forward.
But to be
But
honest,
no
I
worries.
think priorities. I think to be very
Yeah,
honest, in terms of a
if
priority
you would have
list.
asked me to choose between Partey and Awa, I definitely would have gone to Partey since that is the most important position which we need. And number 10s, we can get number 10s anytime. So
We can create number tens. We have
yeah,
number
we
tens.
can
I
create.
mean, yeah,
We
we.
already have a number 10 for 3,000, 350 or whatever the amount is. It's
Yeah.
basically crazy.
Yeah,
So
maybe not him, but though I definitely think there are enough players to sort of help in that situation. I think
yeah,
Willian could actually be the dummy number 10 that we could use.
yeah,
So I mean, we'll see. But I think in terms of just a signing, if we had to sign off on a transfer made, like, I mean, this is it. Like, just like stand and applaud sort of situation for
yes, yes. I
getting
have to say,
Thomas
Edu,
Partey
this
in.
this was not possible without Edu and Arteta. Arteta has this massive pull since he has showed everyone what he can do in such a short period of time, and with a team like Arsenal, which is not defensively that great and winning trophies after beating so many big teams in that run. So Arteta is no mug,
Yeah,
and he has a
and I
great pull.
mean, started the season much better off. I mean, we haven't conceded as many as United or Liverpool, so I mean that's a
Yeah,
good start.
yeah,
Definitely a
yeah.
good start. So,
And I also want to say this: कि, Atletico Madrid are playing in the Champions League this season, and we are in the Europa League. And for a player like Partey, who is sacrificing Champions League football for a season, don't forget he's not that young. He's 27. And if he would have been 21, 22, and we would have understood, ki, okay, chalo, he's sacrificing 1 year of Champions League football to play in the Europa League. But that is the pull of Arteta. Arteta might have convinced him that next season will definitely be in the Champions League. And
I definitely think it's that. I think it's the
now
fact that
this actual signing can propel us to top four, seeing how
for sure.
Chelsea and United are playing. So yeah, I'm confident this season that we'll get top four. Now
Oh, sure.
let's move on to the next player. Yeah, he was signed from Lille for 26 million pounds and center back Gabriel.
Yeah, I think Gabriel's been a good signing, good solid signing. I think obviously with time he'll definitely get better. Just the sheer number of games is the matter. How many games he's going to get, how much playing time he's going to get. Again, now with TP's introduction, it's going to be interesting to see the kind of formations that Arteta's open to playing. Is he going to keep with the three at the back? Is he going to keep with four at the back? You know, it completely opens it out for us. So that way, I think one releasing a bit of stress on that back line with this signing has sort of helped, and I think Gabriel, left-footed centre back, though we have another one with us as well. I think good quality sort of centre back, very big boy. He's ridiculously quick and he can pass the ball. So I think excellent signing.
He's tailor made for Premier League, I
Yeah,
think.
I think he's tailor made for us because in terms of the way he's able to one communicate his speed and understanding of the game, he seems to. If you look at it, I'm not going to say that he hasn't made a single wrong pass. I think he has, but
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
the willingness to make the plays that we want to make, I think that's important. So it's
He
good.
has
Yeah,
he basically what he does is whenever a centre back has the ball and he has no pressure on him, uh, most of the centre backs, good quality centre backs, they start by passing the balls onto the wide areas. But with Gabriel, he can find a runner. He can uh, inter- uh, intersect the press and play in the midfield to the midfielder, and we can initiate the attack. So out of nowhere, he can start an attack, or he can just ping the ball to the striker, and the strikers can do whatever they do best. So that is what I like about Gabriel, and that is what we wanted. And he's all, don't forget, he's very aggressive as well. He can win
yeah,
the ball higher up the pitch and initiate an attack like this.
yeah.
All right, so that's a great signing for me as well. Next we move on to Alex Rennerson. As we all know that we have sold Emi Martinez to Aston Villa for 20 million pounds, and we bought this guy for 1.5 million. So your take on him? Because
Uh, in, in,
I for one, I don't know anything about him, so maybe you can help me on that.
Yeah, so interesting signing in terms of I think one his age to his value, the fact that I mean the general fan doesn't know who he is, uh, no notable performances in terms of anything of an internet sensation as such, but I think in terms of what we were looking at and what Arteta is looking at in terms of continuing the way we play, I think Ranasinghe is one a left-footed goalkeeper. Number two, clearly, in terms of what we've seen in training, very good with his feet. Like so, I was talking to you some time ago. Like we were discussing other goalkeepers, like your Edisons, your Jordan
Yeah,
Pickfords, the Leeds United goalkeeper. Like all of these guys are very good ball playing goalkeepers, and they all have one thing in common: they're all left footed. And so it's interesting with the runs in by. I think he will play in the cup games coming. I think he didn't play till now because obviously he just came into the squad. I think post the international break, I think he'll definitely be slotted into maybe a couple of the Europa League games as well. I think
yeah, yeah,
to start off with, we've got a decent sort of group, so I think
yeah.
he'll definitely play.
I think we can start with him for the Europa League campaign. Um, since it's the first match, we could just see now what he's made of and how he can play. So I have to be honest. Until Martinez came in last season and he played the way he played, I wasn't sure about Martinez either. He was always the number two. Whatever. I mean, we had Almunia ahead of him. We had Vito Manone ahead of him. And to look at it now, Martinez had these 10 games which were great, but he was always an understudy to these guys, and these guys were not that great
Yeah,
at that time. So something tells me that your number two has to get that experience. Once if he plays in the Europa League, if he does great, then we could take it from that. And we already have a great number one
yeah,
in Leno. I have great respect for him now.
yeah.
True great respect. Wow. So all right, that's Renaissance. Next we move on to Willian.
I think great signing, very sort of astute signing in terms of getting experience in for zero transfer fee. It was a free transfer for us. Serial winner. He's won, I think, everything in Chelsea, barring 1 year. I think he won trophies every year that he was there.
Yep.
He's also Brazilian, so it adds to our Brazilian contingent there. So I
We
mean,
do have
there
a lot now.
yeah, so a couple of tick marks in terms of one, the biggest thing is I think experience. Two is the fact that he is a serial winner. I think those two boxes are something that's extremely important to Arteta in terms of a dressing room. While unfortunately, till now, we haven't seen him fully sparkle. The Fulham game was good, but again, it's Fulham. But again, while that being said, there's no easy game in the Premier League, and those are games we should win. And if he helps us win those games, I'm more than happy. I don't need him to be, 10 out of 10 every game. As long as we're getting over the line for now, and Arteta's the process is working, I'm all good. There's no complaints, and I think that's something that Willian will provide. The fact of the matter is that he will help us grind out those victories because
Yeah.
he does have that quality. So yeah,
Okay. Some of my Chelsea friends were like, okay, yeah, you have got a Chelsea reject and this, that. I just told them ki we have got him for free, even if he doesn't click. Why? What do we have to lose? He has I think not taken a big bump in his contract as well, in his wages. So it's no loss for us. And any which ways, just shut up. Your player is us, so
yeah,
just shut up. Yeah. All right. So William Saliba returned from a loan. Last season we signed him and we loaned him back to Saint Etienne. This is interesting. Actually, on the deadline day, Saint Etienne wanted to loan him back for a season, and Arsenal were open to do that as well. But I think it was deadline and the paperwork couldn't be finished. And yeah, William Saliba is here for this season, and I think we should play him part with under 23s and integrate him slowly into the squad during the FA
yes,
Cup and maybe the Carabao Cup. Since now we have Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, I'm pretty sure he'll not be there in that
yeah.
match.
I mean, it's
Let's
an
see.
interesting one because I think Arteta demands a certain type of play as well. So I think it's going to take some time for Saliba to get in. Very pleasantly and very happily surprised that Gabriel was able to catch on as quick as he did in terms of the way Arteta wants the team playing. So I think in that, as you said, I think if he starts getting into the system, plays the under 23s, he's actually capable enough. I think under 19 also you're allowed two players above 19. He's
Yes.
he's
Yes.
19. So so I think just get him as many games in the English sort of calendar as you can,
Yeah.
and he'll get used to the method of playing, the intensity of the games and all of that. uh, Interesting sort of to see where this goes from here. Couple of rumblings that came out. Did we sign a dud? We've spent 20 million, 25 million on a player. Is he not going to be? I mean, come on, guys. He's 19 years old. Okay, I mean, uh, that 20 million is probably going to pay itself off in one or
Yeah,
2 years.
it's actually good to see that Arsenal investing a higher amount in a youth. Uh, Previously, we would sign players from the academy, the
Yeah,
16 years old, the 17-year-old, who were either released by their academies or we would sign them for less amount of money. But he's a proper investment for the future, and let's hope he turns out great. All right. So last season we loaned two players, Pablo Mari and Cedric Soares. So Cedric Soares was a free agent and he has signed for us. And Pablo Mari we have completed a deal for £8 million for Pablo Mari.
I think again
So
both very sort
yeah,
of one comes with experience. I think again age, and the other thing is if you noticed he brings something else as a right back. So if you notice that the Carabao Cup game, he crossed the ball so much more than Bellerin does. He crossed
that
the
is
ball
the
so
same
much
issue.
more
That is the
than
same issue.
Maitland-Niles.
Yeah, even Maitland has tries to cross the ball, but for some reason Bellerin has
No, if you
not done
actually
that.
see the position in which the place on the pitch where Cedric does it, it's very very interesting because it's not the opposition D, it's
Yeah.
not close to the half line, it's in that in between zone. So even
Yes.
if we're halfway through an attack, he's capable to switch sides from right back to left back. It's something similar to what Liverpool do with Trent to Robertson and Robertson to Trent.
Yeah,
So
and he doesn't do it via the aerial balls. He does it on the ground, which means he has a great passing accuracy as well. So, which is great when you are counter attacking. You need those one, two, three passes going, and then bam, goal.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that is important. So in that, I rate Cedric more than Bellerin. I don't know what's going on with Bellerin. If it was me in Arteta's position, I would have played Cedric.
Uh,
If he was fit from the start of the season, yeah. I hope Bellerin realizes this
no,
and
I think yeah, I
starts to
think he will.
develop.
I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. I think it's a good competition for spots in terms of different types of players. So I think horses for courses sort of situation
All
with
right.
yeah, and
I think those are our players. We have signed a Swedish striker, young player, 19-year-old striker. So yeah, that's one. And yeah, those are the signings which we have made. My last question to you is, uh, what do you rate our transfer window this season?
oh, for me, it's see the only downside that I would see is that we didn't get rid of a couple of players that we could have possibly. Unfortunately, sort of Socrates, uh, Ozil. I'm shocked to say that, but yeah, I think I would have liked his wages off the books. It would have saved Gunnosaurus at least. But
Did you see the news for that new
yeah,
article?
but the thing is for me is that to be very honest, like while I like the idea and I think it's noble and it's a great thing to do, he didn't have to put it on social media. He could have
Yeah,
just done it without doing it. That would have actually improved for me. That would have said he's actually got Guna through and through.
there is
Uh,
something going on at
yeah,
the
the,
highest
the
level
yeah the
and
board
between
and
the player
him.
and the board. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course, of course. So it's just a topic for debate, but I don't mind looking into it. And as you told correctly, that he shouldn't have put it on social media. So
yeah,
that's that. At the end of the day, the club is bigger than you,
yeah.
and if
And
the club,
the club's response was fantastic. I mean,
yeah,
said
was
Gunnosaurus is not extinct. He's going to come back when the fans come back. So,
that's
so
great.
I mean, it's a great response. But in
So,
all
what?
terms,
How do you rate the
yeah,
transfer window out
in
of
all
10?
terms, apart from not getting rid of the thing, I would still rate us, I think, just in terms of capturing the right types of players for right types of position, not just a single player. We got a couple of players that we needed and it came through. I would say a 7.5 on 10. I think it was a
Okay,
great window.
okay. Yeah, for me it's an 8. Only because I'm not disappointed that we didn't uh, take out the deadwood, since we have struggled for doing that in the past as well. So it's no surprise for me. But in terms of us not getting Awa, if we would have got Awa, that would have been a 10 on 10 transfer window for me. Just leave aside the deadwood. But we didn't get Awa, so for me it's an 8. And yeah, I am not going to stop smiling for the rest of the week. And this is the first international break in which I am going with a smile.
Yes.
I hate these international breaks, but it is what it is. Looking forward to see Saka for England, and hopefully we'll have some sort of show. I think let's have a preview show for those international matches. Let's cover our Arsenal players, and don't forget to check that out, guys. Um, and yeah, listen, thank you, Kabir, for coming onto the show.
Anytime, anytime.
And yeah, so Thomas Partey is an Arsenal player.
Yeah. It's time to
Yeah,
party.
yep. See you guys later. Bye.
Cheers.